I'm actually passing the fuel station and not getting fuel. Breakfast. Let the truck warm up just for a minute. So this is the old setup, not necessarily that old, but I mean an 08, which is still a Haas 2017 Texas Pride 30K trailer. This is what I started my towing little escapade with, and the 080. The other machine's at a different place waiting on some stuff, but I need to have both these machines at the job this morning. Pulled off of the job yesterday. This was the last machine to leave that job, so I didn't really want to unload it to then load this one up and then come home and unload that, because this one needs to be there first because Haas can use it while I am still hauling machines. But I think I might be able to get the second machine there about the same time he shows up, so it's gonna work out. We'll get the full day in. Give the truck about another minute or so, idler on up around the house. I got about a 8% hill right out the gate, so you know, try to give it some blood running through its veins before we just say, hey, full throttle. When I first got this was like the biggest trailer I'd ever towed behind a pickup, and I thought it was just huge. But realistically, the little buddy that's behind the 3500 is a longer setup than this right here, and it's bumper pull. This gooseneck is very, very maneuverable, and it is very heavy. Very heavy. This truck's got some power. Just limited with the big space between the gears. Manual transmissions, you lose your momentum on these steep stuff switching gears because you just can't quite get it fast enough. So we'll end up pulling this thing at 2,500, not quite 30 mile an hour. Pretty much every truck with any load up this hill, about somewhere in there. Just to be nice to it. You could always try to grab another gear, just really beat on your gear. That's something employees like to do because they don't give a crap. But if you actually own your stuff and you work it day in and day out, you want to see it keep going good, so you tend to be nicer to it. Even right now I'm at 65% throttle. I don't remember the last time I hauled this trailer with this truck in this machine. It's been a minute. It's definitely a throwback. I felt like such a G when I got this set up. Like, this was what started like V-Belt and Son. This was the first partnership I had with Dad. Like, first legitimate thing was that excavator. I bought the truck and trailer myself, but then my partner's on that machine. So this is cool. I still got it. Trailer's probably got 2 years of use on it, which is like 5,000 miles. How many miles are on a truck? 80,490. New truck's almost got 2,000 on it already. And I don't drive a lot. Check out the pretty skies. We might get rain on Sunday. Thank God. For June, that is crazy. Two things I get up before most every morning now. Coffee machine and the sun. Coffee machine always beat me up, but not anymore. Need to reset that joker. Actually, I think it beat the rooster up this morning. Express may don't come till Tuesday, but for you folks that want to see some rolling through some gears, I'll go through, well, probably just 2-3 shift because we got, you know, speed limit. I'll tell you what, this truck's like Charlie Sheen, and it's hopped out, alright? It's not a little kid on horsepower anymore. It's kind of funny though, how much I thought it just handled the weight before, but compared to that new truck, you know, not just trying to blow smoke like, oh, new truck, but it's sizably different. It's honestly, it's a nice, relaxing, just knowledge to know that that new truck, such improvements were made. Don't really care about this, don't really care about heavier machines on this particular trailer. But I'll tell you things that this truck does have in its favor. The exhaust brake is miles stronger, miles. Not just because it's a stick shift, because just tuning and stuff like that. So I know that that was definitely another Charlie Sheen kind of thing. It was hopped up. I do have the secondary engine brake as well, so this thing, get the exhaust brake to fully engage. I don't know why it does that in third. But it just, that extra horsepower, I know it makes a huge difference, but at the end of the day, versus the automatic, it's not really beating up, you know, the hills at any faster of a speed. Check this out. I am actually passing the fuel station and not getting fuel. Truck's full, everything's fueled. I was prepared. Saved so much time this morning and cost about $1,000 to fill up now. $7 a gallon for on road. The fuck? $6 a gallon for off road. Damn. Nice truck. Is ever just getting a freaking rhythm and you're like, did I just blow by my turn? This is it. It's not a big deal when you're in a little car and you can just flip a U anywhere. Somebody did that yesterday, right in the middle of the street, right in front of me. I was driving my 04, and then they had the brains enough to pull over and let me by. And that truck's got a very heavy mosquito repellent at the exhaust if you're gravity assisted on your little skinny pedal. Couldn't see that car anymore. Which is nice. I don't have a 6.7 that does that. Unfortunately. Go back, get the other truck. It's going to be compared. It's going to be a light load. It's not even going to be a comparison. That other, it doesn't care. Ow, second gear, get it. Oh, squeak the tires. Some steep freaking area down in here. Oh, let's see if we can bag a turkey. Coming for you. Oh, you're done. You're done. In the movies, they had to peel off the road and hit the ditch. Well, gosh dang. Just under 2 hour turn and burn. Something, I don't know. Either way, I'm gonna back this thing in right now and get it out of the way. We'll hop in that truck and get on out of here. Doesn't look so much better without the sideboard things on it. I left the front ones on because those are actually useful. And yeah, toolbox in here. Very useful. It's kind of funny how well a bone stock truck does. A detuned bone stock truck. Borderline embarrassing. It's an assault to that poor tuned up truck. 40 up this hill. Oh, right at the crest. Come on, baby. It might force a downshift if I put my foot in it anymore. Nah, 35. I guess the other truck, I have to put 4th gear to make that happen. Jeez. Thing about the other 5500 versus this one, 14-year gap in age, but this one, when you're driving it empty, it's just a little scooter of a truck. Just get up and go, have fun. I mean, the other truck's a flat-out stick shift go-kart and power-wise still, but this thing doesn't feel realistically too far off from a 3500 with, let's say, 100 psi tire pressure. That would be the thing. I would need to lower these down just a little bit. They still got factory tire psi in it, which is a little heavy, but for having the heavy duty suspension and all that mix, like, this thing actually rides pretty dang smooth when it's empty. With a trailer on it like this, she real nice, and we're currently in between gears. It, you know, if I put my foot in a little too far, it likes to shift when it shouldn't. What do we got going on here? You gotta watch out for these jokers. I think these guys are the, see, like this guy. Obviously stop, moron. They tree outfits all over town doing power line work, and for some reason every once in a while I'm getting a wave of them just park in my driveway. Stop parking in Sam's driveway. Let's just quit. Truthfully, you know, people are like, oh, you gotta put it in tow haul. I say with my 3500 that actually made a pretty good difference, but this thing doesn't really want to stretch the gears anymore going up the hill. It doesn't want to stay in a higher rev, you know, so it can just maintain, you know, 2nd or 3rd gear, pull on a hill. It'll continuously want to, like right now it's actually doing a pretty good job, and I'm just in regular tow, or not even tow, just drive mode. And only time it really seems to make a difference is going downhill. Like, this thing, I would say it's borderline aggressive on its downshifting, you know, in regular drive mode. Then you put it in tow haul mode, it's got no problem sending that tack into the red so that it can get the most engine braking possible. But, you know, I used to worry about some things, and I'm gonna knock on wood when I say this now, but, you know, when VGT turbos came out in the 6.7s, you know, they would say the back pressure alone off the VGT would pop head gaskets because it's too much. So you put 625 head studs in your rig and you'd be fine. So I stressed on that for a long time. As soon as I did that, the comments stopped. But I also had the fortune, and I'll have this, and I don't know how many other buddies I have that have the same stuff, like the same rigs. Maybe not turned up or anything, but they said with the, you know, the stock turbo, it would do that. So I'm thinking maybe they don't have the back pressure set so high on the exhaust brake in general. because exhaust brake seems a little bit weaker, and it really wants to make you scream. So the higher RPMs, the more exhaust brake will work. But if they just turn the exhaust brake up to its potential, it'll do the same at like quarter of the RPMs. So got me. Watch out, Junie.
My truck did it pushing 80, picking you up, and later maybe.
Oh, we gotta go back out the little gate in reverso because we're gonna go through the neighbors to get below this fence. I thought we were gonna go midway down the line where the gate is, but nope. Yo, 80 over there. It's tier 4, but it rolls coal. Dude, that's one thing I've freaking out of. Flat tires, broken glass, and touching your mirrors on anything will put me into a pissed off mood beyond no other. Where did he go? Did he go right down there? Looked like it. He left a bucket up here. Cheater. Well, all that hustle this morning to get this job started bright and early. Hoss is here running the 080. I hop on it and ran it for an hour. And fan belt, which is also, no, actually not the fan belt, water pump and alternator belt, decided it was time to release. The other belt was still in very good shape. This one, not so much. So now we're gonna run to the parts store. But it's that kind of season, so I'm gonna snag an Airborne, give one to Hoss before we roll on out of here. Might as well grab lunch while we're out. All that hustle, so ain't gonna get the full day in that we were hoping for. Oh well, roll on with it. Roll on, old son. Are you filming? Barely. Well, Taylor came through, bring us milkshakes, and she happened to be right across the street from O'Reilly. Oh, Vice Grips, you know, hanging out spot. Let's see if we get what we're trying to get. I about threw a fit a second ago. Like a little kid. All three of these belts together from O'Reilly are the same price as one from Napa. Hung up on the mystery screw in the back. First try. Come on, baby. Missed the water pump. I need to go up a belt size.
How much are they?
Yeah, cool. Water pump working. Alternator, air compressor. Back in action.
In general, I hope you guys enjoyed the video comparing old school versus new school. I think at the end of the day, new school is definitely more favorable. It's a lot more comfortable. It's a lot smoother. I'd say power-wise, the old one's got it, but this one with the automatic, it just gets power where it's needed. And unfortunately, the 080 gave us some issues, and you guys will see in the future we're going to use the 080 here and there on a couple jobs, and actually on the neighbors to this one. Bring the Mechalec in, you'll see the issues that I put on myself with that one, and then also the 080 broke down again. So this day alone it burned 3 hours. I think we ended up working a late day and called it a 3/4 day, but for the most part we lost time with that machine. But thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.